Marqez Bimage. We'll go ahead and if you have questions for Marqez, go ahead and put them in the chat and I'll call upon you and we'll get started. Go ahead and get started with Jeff Ferrato from Cal Sports Report. Go ahead, Jeff.
Marqez, welcome to the Bay Area. Can you take us through kind of how you decided to wind up at Cal when you wanted to continue your education?
Yeah, so I obviously I did not play in the 2020 football season at the University of Texas. That was a choice that I personally made, and I thank the university for helping me with that choice at Texas. But I just wanted to really further my my schooling and my education. During that time that I didn't play, I was in the admissions process and just applied to UC Berkeley. I did not apply to any other university in the country. I did my research and found out that this program that I'm in is very unique. I wanted to further my education in education, and specifically in the intersection between sport and education. And yeah, after I found out that I was accepted, I just made the move. I never once have been to the Bay Area. I'm glad that I'm here. But yeah, and then I just decided I wanted to keep playing ball as well. I have some years left. But yeah, I'm here and I'm happy to be here.
And what was it you eventually would like to do with the degree that you're going to get that you said is unique and is kind of what you were looking for?
With the degree, I'm 22 years old. I don't have it figured out. I may continue on going to school. I may continue to get my PhD. I may venture off and do some other things in the sports industry. I'm not exactly too sure, but yeah, I think I'm good where I'm at.
And did you know anybody who'd ever been to Cal, or besides just doing your research on the place, what was the attraction?
I did not. I didn't know anyone that went to Cal. I solely did my research. I got in contact with now my advisors, but professors at Cal, letting them know my situation, my interest in the program, how I wanted to be involved. And I ended up applying to the program, and I was accepted. So I made the move. I've never been to Berkeley before in my life before sometime in late May when I made the move and moved here to Berkeley. But I'm glad I'm here.
Pretty much a lot like Texas, right?
I don't know about that. It definitely has its viewpoints and with certain situations, but my biggest thing out of it is just I'm taking in the experience that it is different from Texas, in my opinion, in some ways, and that's what I'm really enjoying. Just the environment just being different.
Thanks, Marquez.
For sure.
Okay, we'll go to Trace Travers with Rivals. Go ahead, Trace.
Yeah, Marquez, what can you walk us through what your master's in education program looks like right now?
Yeah, so I'm currently in 12 units. I'm studying the intersection between sport and education. I personally believe, and professors in my field believe also, that sport kind of takes away the fundamentals of a student athlete, specifically in urban communities or in Black communities. It's seen as a way to get out when that is not the only way to be successful in life. So that's really what brought my interest to the program.
Yeah, and with it being Berkeley, I feel like there's such a, I guess, energy behind that sentiment as well. Is that part of why you chose to come over this way, or in researching the program, or? I don't know.
No, I mean, I think it came with it. I think once I got here, I understood what the culture and the environment came with, but it was solely just doing my research on the program. I mean, there weren't too many programs like it, but I don't want to say it's just the environment of Berkeley that brought me here at all. I think it was just my research and finding this graduate program and saying, hey, I want to come here.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Absolutely. And with that and making a transition to a new place, you've made a transition to a new position on the football field as well. How has that transition to play an outside linebacker been with Coach Hayward coaching you?
It's been good. It's been great. And I commend Coach Hayward and I commend Coach Sermon for giving me the opportunity to play outside linebacker. At the University of Texas, I played more of a 4-eye. We ran a 3-man front. We didn't run a 4-man front until the back end of my career at Texas. But I just want to thank them for allowing me to play outside linebacker. I feel more comfortable playing this position. I feel like my body's more suited for playing outside linebacker. And I feel like Coach Hayward has really helped me with that.
What in particular fits you about this position more than playing some of the 4-eye?
Just being able to stand up and just kind of let loose, kind of be violent in more ways than I was playing the 4-eye. I may have felt that my body wasn't suited to play the 4-eye. And I feel like being in a 2-point stance, playing outside linebacker gives me kind of that leverage to make moves that I wouldn't be able to make playing a 4-eye.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay. We'll go to Jim McGill from Bear Insider. Go ahead, Jim.
Marqez, welcome to Cal. You have a unique opportunity to kind of reinvent yourself, coming from a different conference, a different part of the country, taking time away, playing a new position, studying a new course of study. How do you feel like that
I'm
transition?
not sure if I took time away. I mean, I was still working out during that time and I was still going to school. So I wasn't taking any time away.
I guess working out is one thing. Being active with the program was kind of what I was referring to. But do you feel like this is a new course for you, or just kind of a continuation of the line that you've been on so far as a student athlete?
That's a great question, Jim. I think that overall it is a new course. I believe that it's a different environment. It's different people, different players, different coaches. I mean, schemes are very similar across the country, but I think what I've taken the most out of this is just hearing what Coach Sermon has to say about things, and what Coach Hayward has to say about things, and what Coach Wilcox has to say about things, and I really do appreciate that. So I'm not gonna sit here and say there's like this big tremendous difference between the Big 12 and the Pac-12. I mean, schemes are very similar across the country, but I'm really just happy to be here.
And how would you describe your style of play that you bring to the field?
Very violent. Very violent. I try to be as violent as possible. I've had people off the field tell me that I'm a very calm guy, and I don't know. I just always had this mentality since I was a little kid playing football at the age of 5 in Texas. It's just when you get on the field, like no one's your friend, even though that's your best friend on the scout team. It's that simple that you have to play violent. So that's how I would describe it.
Great, thanks.
Speaking of that, I'll have a rare follow-up, but could you describe the play on Washington where you and Elijah dislodged the ball on Saturday night?
Yeah, for sure. It was a critical moment. We knew that we had to get the ball back on defense. I'm not sure if I just thought about it too much, or I was just thinking, hey, we got to get the ball back some type of way. So I think I came under the tackle, got to the running back, and just started raking at the ball. And then after watching the film, I think Elijah deserves more credit than I do. I think he really kind of finished it in a way. So yeah, I think that's kind of the story behind that.
I hate to break the news, but they did give Elijah the credit for the force. So
Exactly, it's deservingly right. He deserves it.
yeah, I think you guys both got a lot of credit for that. Is there anybody else with the final question, guys?